Dr. Keira Vantis was dying, and she knew exactly how long she had left. The Luminari astrophysicist stared at her wrist-mounted shield generator as it sparked, flickered, and died. The cosmic storm had damaged it beyond her ability to repair. Without her personal energy shield, the radiation levels in the forward observation bay would kill her in minutes. Already she could feel it, burning sensation on her skin, her long bioluminescent ears beginning to dim, breathing becoming labored as cellular damage began. "Marcus," she said, trying to keep panic from her voice and failing. "My shield failed, the storm damaged it, I need to get to medical. Now." But another pulse hit the horizon's edge. The blast door mechanism jammed halfway, not enough to seal them in, but enough to make exit difficult. Through the windows, they could see the storm intensifying. Keira had maybe 2 minutes before radiation exposure became irreversibly fatal. Marcus Chen, the human engineer beside her, was already moving. "The shield generator, can you restart it?" "I tried, it's dead. The circuitry is fried." Marcus grabbed her wrist, examining the device. It was Luminari technology, far more advanced than human equivalents. He shouldn't be able to understand it, let alone repair it. But he didn't have time for shoulds. Marcus studied the shield generator with desperate intensity. He was an engineer, but Luminari energy shielding was beyond his expertise. The technology was based on quantum field manipulation and bioelectric resonance, principles humans were still struggling to understand. It shouldn't be possible for him to repair this, especially not in under 2 minutes with no tools. But Keira was dying. He could see it, her luminescent ears flickering like dying stars, skin developing radiation burns, breathing becoming shallow. "Marcus," she said, voice weakening. "You need to leave. Get to interior sections where the main shields are stronger. There's nothing you can do." "Shut up," Marcus said, not unkindly. "I'm thinking." He was seeing patterns in the circuitry, understanding connections he shouldn't recognize. He touched a burned-out component, and for a moment he felt something, a pulse, like a heartbeat. Luminari designed their technology with biointegration, devices that responded to the user's bioelectric field. Keira's shield was keyed to her specific energy signature. It shouldn't respond to Marcus at all. Wrong species, wrong bioelectric pattern, wrong everything. But as his hand rested on the device, as Keira's condition deteriorated and his desperation intensified, something changed. The generator flickered, not with malfunction but with response. A faint glow appeared under his palm, spreading through the circuitry like light through fiber optics. "Marcus," Keira gasped. "What are you?" "I don't know, but don't interrupt." He wasn't fixing the device through technical expertise. He was willing it to work, pouring determination and desperate hope into his touch, and impossibly, the shield generator was responding. The glow intensified. Damaged circuits began to reorganize, not repair conventionally, but adapt, find new pathways around burned components. The shield flared to life around Keira, not her original signature, but something different. Something that pulsed with both her bioelectric pattern and something else, something human. The protective field surrounded her, immediately stopping radiation damage. Keira gasped as the burning faded, as her body stopped deteriorating. Her ears brightened back to normal bioluminescence. She stared at Marcus, then at her shield generator, then back at Marcus. "That's impossible," she whispered. "Luminari shielding is biokeyed. It only responds to Luminari bioelectric signatures. You're human, you shouldn't be able to activate it at all." Marcus stared at his own hand. "I don't understand it either. I needed it to work, and somehow it did." The storm continued raging, but they were protected. Keira's shield was holding, stronger than before, as if the hybrid signature created something more resilient. Marcus didn't remove his hand. He was afraid that if he did, the shield would fail. And something about the contact felt right, like a circuit completing. When the storm passed and ship systems stabilized, medical staff examined Keira for radiation damage. Minor burns, nothing serious. The shield had reactivated in time. But the medical staff were baffled by her shield generator readings. It showed both Luminari and human bioelectric patterns intertwined in a configuration that shouldn't be possible. "Who modified this device?" the chief medical officer asked. Keira and Marcus exchanged glances. "It wasn't modified intentionally. The device failed. Marcus helped reactivate it." "Helped how?" He touched it, and it started working again. The medical officer stared. That's not how Luminari shielding works. Our technology is species-specific. Human bioelectric patterns are incompatible. What you're describing is impossible. And yet, Marcus said, holding up Keira's wrist where the generator still glowed with hybrid signature. Here we are. The incident became subject to intense scientific scrutiny. The leading theory was bioelectric resonance. Somehow, Marcus's desperate determination created a harmonic frequency that matched Keira's signature closely enough to fool the device. But that theory didn't explain why the shield was now permanently keyed to both of them, or why it was more stable than before. It didn't explain the strange sensation both reported, a feeling of connection, awareness of each other that went beyond normal perception. When Marcus was on one side of the ship and Keira on the other, they could both feel a faint pull, like a compass pointing toward each other. This is unprecedented, Dr. Tanaka, the ship's xenobiology specialist, told them. We're documenting bioelectric entanglement between species. The implications for medical technology, communication systems, understanding consciousness, this could revolutionize everything. But Marcus and Keira were less interested in scientific implications and more concerned with what this meant personally. They'd become linked in a way that transcended normal relationships. They could sense each other's emotional states. When one was in distress, the other felt it immediately. One evening, Keira found Marcus in the observation bay, staring at the nebula. Thinking about what happened? She asked. Marcus turned, and that awareness was there again, sensing her presence beyond sight or sound. Trying to understand how I did what I did. I've been researching Luminari biotechnology principles, Keira said. Our devices are designed to respond to intention, to will. A Luminari who desperately needs their shield can push it beyond normal parameters through sheer force of intention. She paused. What you did, it wasn't technical expertise. It was your determination to save me, so powerful it bypassed species barriers. Bioelectric patterns are expressions of consciousness, will, emotion. Your emotions resonated with mine through the device, creating something new. She met his eyes. We're connected now, not just through technology, but through what we shared. The shield recognized that connection and made it permanent. The horizon's edge returned to coalition space, where Marcus and Keira became subjects of extensive research. Scientists wanted to understand the bioelectric entanglement to replicate it, but they quickly discovered it couldn't be replicated. Other humans couldn't activate Luminari shielding. Other Luminari human pairs didn't develop the same connection. What happened between Marcus and Keira was unique, the result of specific circumstances and specific emotional resonance that couldn't be artificially created. We're calling it the Chen-Vantis Effect, Dr. Tanaka told them. A form of bioelectric bonding under extreme circumstances when two beings from different species experience profound emotional resonance. It's not something we can engineer. It just happens when conditions are exactly right. Marcus and Keira had months to adjust to their connection. They learned to manage the constant awareness, to interpret emotional feedback, to appreciate the unique intimacy. Do you regret it? Keira asked one evening, being connected to me like this. Marcus considered seriously. Sometimes it's overwhelming, feeling your emotions, always being aware of where you are, it's intense. But no, I don't regret it. What I did saved your life. And what came after, this bond, it's strange and unprecedented, but it's also beautiful. I know you in ways I've never known another person. That's not something to regret. Keira's ears glowed with contentment. I thought I was going to die, and then you touched the device and somehow, impossibly, you saved me. Not just through technical skill, but through sheer force of will and care. She took his hand, and through their connection, they both felt the resonance, the bioelectric harmony that linked them. It wasn't just technology that saved me. It was you, your determination, your refusal to accept that I was beyond saving. And somehow, that was enough to make the impossible possible. Years later, Marcus and Keira worked together in bioelectric research, using their unique connection to develop new interfaces between species technologies. When students asked about the Chen-Vantis effect, Marcus always gave the same answer. I didn't repair the device through expertise. I just needed Keira to survive, needed it so desperately that the shield responded. Luminari biotechnology responds to intention, emotion, consciousness. In that moment, my consciousness and Keira's were aligned in the single purpose of her survival, and the shield recognized that connection. And Keira added, what it demonstrates is that connection between beings transcends species, that consciousness, will, and emotion are universal languages, and that sometimes the most powerful force isn't energy or technology, it's two hearts recognizing each other, even when they were never meant to meet. In observation bays across coalition space, the story became legendary, not as technical achievement, but as proof that some connections are so powerful they can make the impossible real. Because sometimes, technology isn't what saves us. Sometimes, it's the mysterious force between two souls, the recognition, the connection, the desperate determination to protect someone we care about. And sometimes, that force is powerful enough to make shields flare to life, to bridge impossible gaps, and to prove that the most profound technology is the one that recognizes